Hello, today I am joined by my guest Sophie from One Utility Bill. How are you doing, Sophie?
I'm good, thank you. How are you, David?
Yeah, I'm doing very well, thank you. We're here to discuss a subject that it feels like is in every headline at the moment: utilities, utilities, utilities. Particularly when we talk about things like the cost of living, obviously that's linked very closely at the moment, that debate to utilities. It probably makes it even more important that we make sure that the accounts we're managing on behalf of, say, landlords as agents are moved correctly into the right person's name at the right time, so that there's no period of time that they're paying for that they shouldn't be paying for, etc., etc. And we're here to try and find out how easy you guys make it. So I suppose maybe if you could start that, because there's loads of competition in this field, but what makes your service so different compared to perhaps all the other competing products on the market?
Yeah, so really good question. So unlike a lot of our competitors on the market, utility registration and dealing with utilities is our only focus. So we don't spread ourselves across the rest of the market. We found what we're good at and we put our time and effort into this. As you already know as well, our Notify service is our platform for utility registration. So it's completely free to use as well. We've got no contracts or tie-in periods for agents. So people are free to try us. If it's not working for them, we're not going to keep them into anything. One of the best aspects of our service as well, according to our clients, is that we pay a guaranteed commission for every move-in, which is submitted over to Notify. So we pay essentially on being given enough notice of a tenant moving in. Agents aren't relying on our team to make a sale, so they're getting a guaranteed commission for each one, which is really good if they know how many lets they're doing a month. They're able to forecast the revenue there.
Fantastic.
Um, yeah, so as well, we don't only assist with the utility registration aspect, we also offer support with billing issues. We've got a dedicated friendly partnership support team, and they'll be on hand to assist via email, telephone, and live chat. And what happens after the utilities have been registered is what really sets us apart. So we have a fantastic team who provide a really gentle welcome call to each tenant. So we just let them know who the current suppliers are in the property, and that just takes a little bit of stress away from moving home. They then advise that there's three options moving forward for their utilities. So they can either stay with the current suppliers in the property, switch to a supplier completely of their choice, or they're able to take out a bills bundle with us, which is where our one utility bill aspect comes in. And with that bills bundle, they can tailor their package to suit their own needs. So they could include their energy, water, TV license, broadband and media services. But again, it's not a pushy sales call at all. With what's happening currently in the market, tenants are really appreciative of the advice our team can offer.
I was just
As I
gonna
mentioned, we are the experts in it. So yeah.
I was just going to ask that because as a homeowner, I am confused about what it is I should be doing with my utilities, whether I should be shopping about, whether it's worth moving at this time, whether you should just stick with what you've already got. There's so many questions, isn't there?
Yeah, definitely. To be honest with you, it's still all new to me as well. But at the minute, you're best off just staying with your current supplier. To be honest with you, um, that's the best thing.
That's the best advice until things sort of change again, and it's all
Yeah.
changing very quickly. So have you been forced to make changes at one utility bill with the current energy crisis?
Yeah, we've had to change and adapt. It's been a very difficult year for our partner agents, tenants, and everyone else involved. So we've dedicated resources and time where it's been needed most. One of the biggest changes we've probably made as a company is we've created a new team. So that's our price cap support team. They've been able to provide support and guidance to tenants whilst the market has been unstable, and they were also responsible for keeping tenants updated with the new price, which was rolled out on the 1st of October. We've also put more of a focus on providing our bills bundle directly to tenants. So previously we worked more with agents, but now we've gone more direct to tenants. It just means that we're not having a middleman there. We're able to keep all the communication direct. So if a price is going to increase or decrease, it just means that the agent hasn't had to be involved. So they haven't got to make any changes to their ASTs or their paperwork. We've also improved our internal system as well. So we launched a great feature on Notify where we've got a traffic light system on the platform. So it just means that agents kept up to date on the status of the supplier being informed. They can just see at a glance if it's going to be red, amber or green. If it is any other issues with Inform, we do get in contact with the agents to let them know. So for example, if we need to locate a meter point, we'll let the agent know what the issue is, and we'll work with them to get that resolved. And then a personal change. So with all the changes in the marketplace, as well as constant improvements we make to our portal, I've actually recently been promoted to customer success.
Hey,
So I
congratulations.
Thank you. It's very recent. It's only happened on Friday. So yeah, a big change for me. So I'll be spending my time keeping in contact with agents and ensuring they've got everything they need in terms of support, training and guidance, and just making sure that they're aware of any changes that we're making. Yeah, just being their first point of contact just to make sure that everything's going well.
Fantastic. I mean, it does sound, since I last spoke to you guys, that I think a lot of focus has gone on to improving the customer experience that sort of tenants will have. You know, this is not just a means to an end in terms of changing over utility suppliers. This also enhances the customer experience, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely. We've got a really good Trustpilot score from tenants. I believe we're rated 4.6 at the minute. So we do put our customers at the first of everything that we do. Yeah, tenant experience is a massive focus for us.
They're definitely a hard crowd to please as well. So if you've got a good Trustpilot rating with them,
Yeah,
there's some agents that would kill for a Trustpilot rating like that, which
I
is
know.
superb. Talk to us about the integrations that you currently have, and how these might help agents.
Yeah, of course. So right now we have got some fantastic integrations live. So we work with two CRM systems, which are Reaper and Acquaint. And our most recent one is with Rightmove referencing. So with our integrations with Reaper, Acquaint, and Rightmove, it just means that the process is completely automatic. It works seamlessly in the background of an agent's day-to-day admin work. So when they're going ahead and doing like a tenancy checkout or a tenancy check-in, we're just there in the background getting that information fed through. So it just means there's no duplicate data entry for them. They've got no extra training needed for the staff members because it's just their normal systems. So it just makes letting agents' lives a lot easier. It's just going to be working in the background. If you haven't got to remember down the line as well about updating a separate platform or even contacting the suppliers directly, we are also working on 6 or 7 integrations too. So excited to see the progress of them. If any CRM and referencing providers would like to discuss a potential integration, we'd love to have a conversation around it. We're really open to working with new partners.
That's fantastic. It's fantastic that you're open to that as well, because I think that's what make sort of great prop tech partnerships are those integrations. Just makes life easier for the agents, really, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely. We do ask agents as well who it is that they use for the CRM and referencing, so then we can have that information there. And of course, if we do ever launch integrations, we can just go directly to the agents and say, we've got this fab news. Do you want to take a look at the integration we've got? So we have got that data in the background.
Fantastic. So a very, very worst, an agent could use your service just to streamline their processes and also save time in terms of switching, and making sure that utility registration process is taken care of. It's part and parcel of what we have to do anyway. And this sounds like sort of almost outsourcing this to a really safe pair of hands that is not only going to get the job done, but is also going to actually make that communication with the tenants, particularly at a time where they're probably worried about these things, all the more easier. But if we were to add into that as well, the fact that you can also use this as an opportunity to generate extra revenue, it's a fantastic value-added service, isn't it?
Yeah, 100% it is. It's a value-added service for the agents, for their landlords as well, and their tenants. So it's definitely a service which would just worth implementing for an agency.
Fantastic. So any agents that are looking at this today, if they wanted to get going, how quickly could they be working with you guys? What's your onboarding process like?
So our onboarding process is quite fast, to be honest with you. So the initial step is to book a demo in. We'll run through a 15-minute demonstration of the platform. And then if the agent would like to proceed with setting up with Notify, we would just send over some login details. And we also supply some GDPR clauses, which agents can pop into their ASTs or their application forms. And then once the GDPR has been put in and they've set their passwords up, they're good to go. So some agents could turn it around in a day, to be honest. It just depends on how fast they are at getting their GDPR put in.
And that is very important, isn't it, to sort of get that consent so that you're able to contact people correctly without anybody getting too upset.
Yeah, definitely. It's not only just for us as well. We don't want the agents to get any backlash. If, say, for example, a tenant's not happy, we don't want the agent to be getting in trouble either. We're thinking of them too.
It sounds like a superb service. Highly recommend any agent to check out. Your details are all on kerfuffle.com. Thank you so much for taking the time with me, Sophie, to explain what you've got on offer. And we'll be watching and listening to all those new integrations coming in as well. It sounds very exciting.
Perfect. Yeah, I'm very excited as well myself.
Okay, thank you. And congratulations on your promotion.
Oh,
Well
thank you,
deserved.
David. Thank you.